frustrated. Like, for instance, how do we know that this little arrow is correct?
Well, I think intuitively we know that little.
Intuitively, you mean, in other words, you have no idea why it's correct, but you think it's correct. That's what you mean.
Well, But
I'm asking you, why do you
well,
think it's correct?
I would say that arrow, that arrow is correct because it's consistent with my expectation of a down arrow and other controls that I've seen that look like drop downs, and its behavior is functioning the same way.
Okay, so when you say it's consistent with your expectation, you mean the little God inside your head says it's okay, which is just an infinite regression argument with your intuition, right? It's not my intuition thinks it's correct. It's the little man in my head. His intuition says it's correct.
No, I said it's consistent with my expectation in terms of other applications.
Oh, so you were referring to an... Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So you have in your mind a memory of other applications.
Correct.
Okay. And those other applications are correct. You believe they're correct.
I believe that this application does not behave in a way that is inconsistent with my memory of all other applications I've interacted with that have had drop-down fields.
Right. I want to offer you a way to completely take the legs out from any line of attack that someone takes with you like this. Because I still have lots of ways I can pester you, like little mosquito bites, based on what you just said. But you can totally take the legs out of the whole line of attack if you say, "I'm not interested in correctness." You might as well just say, "How do I know that this is virtuous?" I'm not interested in virtue. I don't test for virtue, and I don't test for correctness. What I test for is the presence of a problem. So, let's change the question from "is this correct" to "is there a problem here?" Okay. Well, first of all, if there's a problem here, I'm not aware of it. That's just a fact. I have no reason to believe there's a problem here. Now, is that a good test? Is a different issue. Maybe there is a problem here, and I should know that there's a problem here. So let me go over what kinds of things are in my head that might help me see a problem. I look at this, and I look at the little triangle here, and I ask myself, do I recognize that? And my reaction is, yes, I think I recognize it. It looks like a down arrow. Okay, well, that right there says that at least for me, I'm able to recognize this as a down arrow. Maybe it's not a down arrow. Maybe it's a little heart. And it's not supposed to be a little heart, but it's so fuzzy and small I can't really tell. But then I ask myself, what if it is a little heart and it's not supposed to be a little heart? Is that a problem? Maybe it's not a problem because maybe people will just look at it and go, it's a down arrow, and it's not really a down arrow, but who cares? It's not a problem. If it's a heart, would that cause somebody annoyance, harm? And if the answer is probably not, then the fact that it's not correct is not an issue. Now, this goes with what you were saying about consistency, because I suspect another way of framing what you just said about consistency is you have used other applications, many other applications on Windows over a period of time. And your fuzzy memory, because all memory is fuzzy, believes that it has seen something like that, and it believes that that is a down arrow, and it believes that that down arrow has to do with signaling me that there's a menu there. Well, let's just see, because maybe when I click, nothing will happen. Oh, sure enough, a menu comes down. So that is consistent with my fuzzy memories. I have no evidence yet that there's a problem. I'm aware that it could be a problem, and it could be wrong in many ways, but not a problem. And I'm also aware that it could be a problem in a way that I don't understand, because maybe that whole menu is not even supposed to be there. Maybe there's a special feature that changes the size of the, maybe when I mouse over, it's supposed to pulse larger and smaller to make that more visually apparent that I can go. Maybe that's a feature. Well, I don't know that that's a feature. So that's just going to be a bug that I'm not going to find. And I accept I'm not going to find. I'm not here to find every possible bug. So to sum up, I'm not interested in correctness. I'm interested in, is there a problem? I prepare myself to find problems. Part of my preparation is using other similar applications. I compare things with the expectations I have that are relative to a problem. You know, if I clicked on this and nothing happened, I would go, well, that's a problem, because I mean, that's an important violation of an expectation.